If I could wave the magic wand, critical race theory should be rendered a historical artifact.
Please welcome co-author of book Cynical Theories, James Lindsay. James, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Dr. Phil.
You say this should be an artifact. We should just put this behind us.
I do not believe the critical race theory tenet that says that racism is the ordinary state of affairs in our society, and if we don't dredge up a race consciousness that we can't get over it. I think this is actually a lie. It's very annoying to me to listen to the back and forth here. In fact, I'm glad to be here to bring some knowledge. I take a lot of umbrage with the idea that we're going to talk about should we have critical race theory, this or that, because it's talking about racism or history, when the fact of the matter is it's not are we, it's how are we. And I am shocked and appalled to hear the defensive side for critical race theory misrepresented this way, but they don't explain, for example, why the first paper called Toward a Critical Race Theory of Education by Gloria Ladson-Billings was published in 1995. They don't explain why Richard Delgado's 2001 book explains on page 5, for example, that it rapidly spread from law to other disciplines, especially education. They don't explain also, in the exact same situation, that Gloria Ladson-Billings is one of the chief authors of a ed equity in Virginia that's bringing critical race theory into all of the state schools of Virginia right now.
You must breathe through your ears because you
I have read the vast majority of the major works in critical race theory that have been published since 1970 to the most recent things, including, for example, in 2017, we have Allison Bailey writing a paper for Hypatia, an education paper, and she says that there's the critical thinking tradition, but what we're doing in critical pedagogy, which critical race theory is an integrated part of, is from a different set of tradition called critical theory, which is neo-Marxism, which is interested in studying the relationships of power rather than epistemic adequacy. You can look the paper up. It's called Tracking Privilege Preserving Epistemic Pushback in Critical Race and Feminist Philosophy Classrooms.
That's not being taught in K-12 schools. Sorry.
It's not.
I mean, congratulations. Like, I think as much as you do.